YouTube, welcome to or back to my channel. My name's Abbie Jack. I make new videos every week, so be sure to subscribe so you never miss out. Today I'm going to be taking you along with me on my university graduation day, and then also sharing some tips with you that might be helpful for college or university. I just woke up and today I graduate from university, so I'm going to try and vlog it. I don't know how much I'll get, but I don't want my dress to get wrinkled. It's like almost a 3-hour drive, so I'm gonna wear like my pajamas in the car. I have the biggest bags, and I don't know why, because I sleep like 10 hours every night. These are my new brushes from Amazon. They're like knockoff Heart collection, but I think they're really good quality. What do I know though? What do I know? So for the car, I'm wearing a full-on grout fit. Say hi to the vlog. Okay. Just updating the vlog. Just picked up my regalia. It's too hot to wear though.
Abbie throws for the air, Jack. And Jarvis.
Just graduated.
So proud.
Very
so proud, honey.
Abbie, you were so good up there. It's like you do this every day.
I hope you guys liked the first part of the video. Now we're moving on to my 10 tips for university or college, and they're more specifically for freshmen in university. I'm definitely not an expert, but I did make it through Alive and graduated, so I do know a thing or two. So if you couldn't tell by the first part of the video, I went to the University of Western Ontario, where I got a Bachelor of Arts and I studied criminology and dance. Overall, it was a really fun experience, and it's definitely bittersweet that it's over. So my first tip is to pick a school for the school. What I mean by that is if you're choosing a university that your boyfriend or girlfriend is going to, or best friend, or you're going for a varsity sport, whatever it may be, make sure that at the end of the day, if those relationships, friendships, or sports fail, that you're actually happy with the school that you're at. So when I was choosing which university to go to, I really wanted to play a sport in first year because I played a lot of sports growing up and I wanted to stay active and be involved in kind of a community. So after trying out for cheer at Western and making the team, I was super excited, but ultimately when I went to accept the university, I wanted to make sure that I was going for the school and not just the sport or any other reason. After first year, I ended up quitting cheer, so I am really glad that I still chose Western because I really liked it as a school. I really loved the school spirit of Western, so that was a big part of it for me. Tip number 2 is it's okay to change your mind. And you probably will change your mind a few times. So if you're doing a Bachelor of Arts, you don't major in your first year. Although you might apply in grade 12 for global studies or psychology or whatever it may be, you're not actually majoring in that in your first year. You're probably just taking the intro course. So make sure you're choosing courses that might be of interest to you for your major, because at the end of first year, you end up declaring your major. And you need that intro course to major in it. So I took sociology, psychology, global studies, etc. And these intro courses really help you get a feel for the program itself. My third tip is get involved. So there's so many different clubs at various universities. Unfortunately, since cheer took up a lot of my time in first year, I didn't really get involved in too many clubs, which I wish I had, because they're awesome for your resume, they're awesome for making friends, and they're really fun. There's also a ton of intramurals at universities, both recreation and competitive ones. So I did futsal in my first year, and that was a great way to meet people and stay active. Another way to get involved is find a part-time job. I wouldn't necessarily recommend it for your first year because first year is difficult on its own, but I worked at my school's rec center for my second and third year, and I loved that. It was a great way to, again, meet people, make money, and just keep busy. So along with that, my fourth tip is don't lie in your bed all day. When you're in an arts program in your first year, you're probably only in about 15 hours of class, which is literally half of the hours of high school. So you have a lot of time on your hands, and some of the most depressed people I knew in my first year spent most of their time isolated in their room. I definitely spent too much time alone in my res room, and I totally regret that. Tip number 5, step outside of your comfort zone. University is definitely intimidating in your first year, but I promise you everyone else is in the same boat and likely feeling the exact same way you are. I'm a super outgoing person, but for some reason in first year, my confidence was down a lot, and I just became kind of a shy person, which is so unlike me. And at the time I didn't realize I was really isolating myself, but looking back on it, I really wish I branched out a lot more and was the outgoing person that I am. It's great to meet friends in your classes because then you can study together and share notes. So just remember, everyone is in the same boat as you. Tip number 6, if you have the choice, definitely live in res as opposed to an apartment or a house, because res is structured to help first years meet friends and get adjusted to the university life. It's really awesome to live on campus because you're so close to your classes and you can walk to everything. First year is tough enough, so having res to live in with like a cafeteria is really handy. Tip number 7, learn how you study the best early on, because this took me a little while to learn, and I spent my first couple months of university staying up till 4 a.m. and I'm not successful at night at all. Come even 9 p.m. my productivity just goes downhill, and I get really anxious about schoolwork when it's the nighttime. I remember calling my boyfriend in the middle of the night, just like trying to do an essay, and I couldn't think properly and I needed that sleep. Feeling so anxious, not a good time. Your roommate might be able to pull all-nighters and write the most amazing essays, but if that doesn't work for you, be honest with yourself and do it in the daytime. Along with that is, if you can't study on the loud floor of the library, don't do that. You're wasting your time. If you hate the dead silence because it makes you anxious like me, don't sit there. If you're not studying or getting something done because of the environment, change it, because you're literally wasting your time. Tip number 8, get a tutor if you have to. There's so many resources online to find tutors at your university. I waited until like February of my first year to get a tutor for one of my courses that I was doing really poorly in. And after I found one, we met once a week for an hour, and my mark in that class went up 10%. So tip number 9 is to talk to your professors and your TAs during office hours. I know this can be really intimidating, but I promise you it will help you in the long run. Even if they can't boost your mark on that exam or essay that you thought you should have done better on, at the end of the term, if they see that you worked really hard, they have the ability to boost your mark because they know that you did care. If you're not doing well in the course and you're not following up with your professor or TA who's marking your stuff, they think you don't care and that you're not trying. So go and talk to them because they can be really helpful. Tip number 10, first year can be tough, but it gets better. My second year was better than my first year, and my third year was better than my first and second. I know it looks like everyone's having so much fun at university on social media, but I promise you, they're probably struggling as well. Your average will most likely drop from grade 12, and that's okay. All you can do is try your best. If you've made it to the end of this video, thank you so much for watching. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up because that really helps. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them below, and I hope you have a great day.